I'm gonna grab a mat to throw down just in case. Hey, Garrett, can I grab a mat? We have 2 more people coming in. Should I just make a general announcement? You don't want to be on camera.
A little more than like the same.
Hey, so we're gonna live stream this class. So I think back here you'll be off camera. If you want to be on camera though, you can go anywhere up there. Just probably not like right for the computer unless you want like everyone see your bum. But yeah, so
Who's like watching the street?
anyone who just happens to click on the link, I guess.
Okay.
Did you want me to post anything about it, John, on my page? Or?
What, right now?
Yeah, I could if you wanted.
All right. So I've got it queued up here. We can just cut and paste.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Choose a toe.
There's straps in the cabinet on the left side.
Oh, thank you. I think we're gonna hold off on this. So why don't we all grab a block, and I think that should be it for today. We're all in a good spot where we want to be.
Spin it around. Hey.
Yeah, there's someone. Yeah. See this person.
Let's critique.
Okay, are you live? Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on your backs. So come to lie down. And really any position that is comfortable for you. So you can start in Shavasana. If you would like to delve into your hips right away, Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees wide. And there will be hip stuff today, so that might not be a bad idea. You want to start in a nice place with your feet on the floor and the knees knocking together. That always feels really good. And find a cozy place to rest your hands. Start to watch your breath. See if you can really follow the entire duration of the inhale, the entire duration of the exhale. Paying close attention to the spaces at the bottom of the exhale and at the top of the inhale. Maybe when you get to one of these places where you find that moment of stillness between breaths, offering yourself over to gravity a little bit more. And just noticing if there's any place in your body where you're tense, where there's clenching. And every exhale, just seeing if you can maybe start to soften these places. So I read a book that had interviews with really accomplished Ashtanga teachers, and of course they included Sharath Joyce in that book, who is the grandfather of Sri Eka Joyce, the founder of the Ashtanga Yoga method. And one of the questions they asked him was like, before you come to your yoga practice, like, what do you need? And he didn't say like, you already need to be fit, you already need to be athletic, you already need to be spiritual. There was nothing like that. The only prerequisite that he thought was necessary was faith. That you come to the practice with an inherent belief that it's going to benefit you, that whatever you're seeking, it's going to help you find. And in yoga, there's this concept of Vinyasa Krama. And Vinyasa, it's not just the kind of yoga we do. V means to place, and Vinyasa means like a very special way. And I think the word Vinyasa even just sounds like just so. And then Krama is like the sequence of things. So Vinyasa Krama is placing things very specifically in a specific order. And in life, we can kind of find some comfort with that concept. Like sometimes we feel like life is so random and you get out there and things are just coming at you and you have no idea what's next and you have no idea how the things that came before are relevant to now. But sometimes when you take a deep breath and you start to review things, you realize that you've been prepared for the moment you're living in right now. You're never handed anything completely randomly that you can't handle. And in the yoga practice, specifically the asana practice, it's the same way. Like we're given a bunch of sequences and a bunch of poses, and these usually amount to some like crescendo pose. And all these little things you've been working on in your warm-up or the beginning flow will kind of come together in this big, beautiful pose. And maybe if you just came to your mat right away, you would be able to do it. But because you were handed things in a very specific order and you work with them in a very specific way, the space comes. So today we're going to take this practice, see if we can slowly start to work one element at a time, and then put them all together into a beautiful arm balance situation a little bit later down the road. So from here, whatever your legs are doing, hug them into your chest, give them a tight squeeze. And then start to rock side to side or front to back. You can make circles on your sacrum, whatever feels good. And then maybe shifting into a happy baby, bending your knees, reaching for the pinky edges of your feet. And just noticing that when you add the happy baby shape, the hips want to come off the floor. See if you can continue to wrap the sit bones forward, almost like you're trying to lay your spine flat. Good. And then if you want to extend your legs straight, take the happy straddle or the very happy baby and shift into that. Have a movement here too, if that feels nice. Good. Then hug the knees back into your chest. Give them a tight squeeze. And we're just going to get started with a really gentle hip opener. So you're going to keep the right knee hugged into the chest. Place your left foot onto the floor. You're going to cross the right ankle over your left knee. and then hug the legs back and towards your chest. Reach the right arm through the hole you've made with your right leg, and either grab the front of the left shin bone or behind your left calf. And this could be plenty. Maybe on the exhale, you just start to encourage the legs in a little bit closer towards your body. Doing your best to keep that right foot flexed, maybe encouraging that right knee forward, just to get a little deeper into the hip. And using breath more than anything here to start to break apart that tension in your outer right hip. Good. And switch sides. You're going to put your left foot down. Put your right foot down. Hug the left knee into the chest. Cross the left ankle over your right knee, and then hug it all back in. This time the left arm reaches through the hole you've made with your left leg, grabbing the front of the right shin bone or behind your right thigh. And then exhale, just maybe pulling that whole leg situation you just assembled into your body. Left foot is flexed and left knee is encouraged forward. And notice how intention starts to come to the forefront with the experience, how everything just kind of clenches around that. Exhale, soften down the shoulders, soften the jaw, soften the sides of your neck. And just try to isolate any activity to what your hips are doing right now. Good. Then release your right foot down. Put your left foot down, hug both knees back into the chest, give them a tight squeeze. And then take your knees nice and wide, so the knees are pretty much the width of your shoulders. Flex your feet, and we're going to start to rock and roll front to back like this. So inhale, rock forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Going about 2 to 3 more times. And then whenever you feel like you've built up enough momentum, coming into Malasana. So feet down, reach the arms forward to pull up your chest, and then hang out in your squat. Good, so rooting down through the feet. If the heels are lifted up, let me know and I'll bring you a blanket, or you can roll up the back edge of your mat. And sinking the hips nice and low, spreading the elbows nice and wide to get some space through the collarbones. And doing your best to keep your knees really, really soft at the tip of your nose. Here too, maybe adding some movement, so rocking side to side, making circles on your heels. Nice. And take your hands down to the earth. Exhale, fold over your legs. And heel to the feet to touch. Inhale, look up and lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold. This time, inhale, sweep the arms all the way overhead, gazing past your thumbs. And exhale, pull the hands right in front of your heart center, Samasthiti. Nice. We're going to close your eyes. We're going to set our intention for our practice today. And our intention is just to infuse every single pose that we take with a tremendous amount of trust. Realizing that in the moment, it might seem very strange and weird and difficult, but the work you put in that moment is going to add up, and it's going to join other things that you're offered and amount and build up to something that's beautiful, that is whole, that is complete. That if you hadn't taken that first step, you might not be able to reach. Taking a very deep inhale right into the heart center. Exhale, open the mouth, offer that out. Release the arms alongside your body, open your eyes, so you're on Namaskar A. As you inhale, sweep the arms overhead, gaze past your thumbs. Exhale, bow forward, take your hands down to the earth, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up and lengthen your spine. And first one, we're just going to step back. So take the feet back to the top of your push-up. And exhale, slow as you can. Bend your elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, pushing the earth away, gazing at your nose. Exhale, peel your hips up and back, add to Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Fix the gaze at the navel, steady out through your breathing. Ujjayi Pranayama. So the steady breath and the fixed gaze are super important components of our practice. And if we're breathing erratically and there's no structure to the breath, we start to create a biological response that things aren't right and we start to freak out. And then if we start looking around and like seeing what other people are doing and like checking out different parts of ourselves, then the mind's gonna be like, well, I'm looking for something obviously, so I can't settle either. And that's just a recipe for not feeling peaceful and at home in your practice. So even if things don't feel perfect right now, just get still, just settle into your body, and again, trust you'll be handed things that will give you the space you need. Take one more deep inhale to stretch your heels back, Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump your feet between the hands. Inhale, look up and lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, gaze and past your thumbs. Exhale, bow forward, take the hands down to the earth, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up and lengthen your spine, course at the front ribs in. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump this time, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Rolling the inner thighs back, rotating the inner arms forward. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Taking one more deep inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, step or jump your feet between the hands. Inhale, look up and lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow, Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, gazing past your thumbs. And last one like that. Exhale, bow forward, take the hands down to the earth, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up and lengthen through your spine, gaze is soft. Exhale, step or jump, Chaturanga Dandasana, bottom of your push-up. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, spreading through the toes. And exhale, taking your hips back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Can you corset the ribs together here? Can you wrap the sit bones towards your heels? Taking one more deep inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or jump your feet between the hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, gazing past your thumbs. Exhale, stay standing, just release your arms, Samasthiti. As you inhale, bend your knees deeply, sweep the arms overhead, Uttanasana chair pose. Exhale, take the hands to the earth and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up and lengthen your spine. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Good. Then inhale, sweep your right leg up to the ceiling, come into a 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, take the heel to the sit bone, begin to peel open through your pelvis, stacking your hips. And even though you are trying to externally rotate that right hip and make it a nice big open stretchy situation, can you square off the upper back, roll that right shoulder head down. Good. Then inhale, sweep that right leg up and back, get really long through that leg. Exhale, shift forward, take the right knee to the nose, hold here. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Heart round, sit bones push to the earth. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale, now listen closely. Exhale, look forward, and then take 3 counts to step your right foot between the hands. 1, 2, 3. Oh, land it down. Good. Then wiggle the right toes out to the right a little bit, making sure that the knee and the toes point the same direction. Take both hands to the inside of that right leg. We're going to hang out in a lizard pose, and even if you can drop to the forearms, start with your palms down. And then look forward, pull your heart forward, keep spreading through the back of that left knee. Reaching through the inner left ankle, just making that leg really alive. Good. Take one more deep inhale here. As you exhale, step the left foot to the pinky side of your left hand and drop down again, Vinyasa garden pose. Inhale. Exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. Now listen closely. As you inhale, you're going to sweep the arms alongside the ears and do your best to pull the ribs in even though they kind of want to billow out. And then we're going to take our malasana for a walk. So keep your gaze straight ahead. You're going to step right, step left. Right, left, one more, right, left, then you have to go home, so go right, left, right, left, right, left, and then exhale, take the hands down right to Chaturanga, bottom of your push-up, go. Good, inhale, upward facing dog, stretch that open, exhale, hips move up and back, downward facing dog. Good, deep inhale, exhale. On the inhale, sweep your left leg up to the ceiling, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee, open up through the hip. Good, and you can open up really strong through that hip so they stack, but do your best to roll that outer left shoulder head down so you square off through the upper spine. And if you're having trouble keeping that, squeeze the upper arms together to kind of just pin the ribcage in place. Nice, then inhale, stretch that left leg long. Exhale, shift forward, take the left knee to the nose, hold and breathe. Inhale. Exhale, one, and your job here is just to feel. Be like, oh, this is a lot, but I'm here and I'm doing it. Deep inhale. Exhale, then look forward, as slow as you can. Take 3 steps to step the left foot between the hands. 1, 2, 3, good, lay it down. Take both hands to the inside of your left foot this time. Wiggle the left toes out so the toes and the knee face the same direction. Then inhale, heart goes forward, gaze goes forward, spreading through the back of the right knee. Inner right ankle reaches back, so this right leg super, super active. Getting as long as you can here. Really nice. Take 1 more deep inhale. Exhale, step the right foot to the pinky side of the right hand, drop down Vinyasa. Again, delving into our hips. Just take a moment to settle here. Then inhale, sweep the arms alongside the ears. And we're going to go for a walk, left first this time. So left, right, left, right, left, right. And then we have to go home. So left, right, left, right, left, right. Then no delay this time. Hands on, right to the right. Let's go. Good. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, peel the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Take 1 more deep inhale here. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step or jump your feet between the hands. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Arms reach up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Stay in your chair. Exhale, just take your hands down to squeeze your hips. Then shift your weight into the left foot. Inhale, suck the right knee into the chest. And keeping that foot flexed, cross the right ankle over the left knee, take the hands in front of your heart. Inhale, pull the heart to the thumbs, and exhale, sink the hips down, coming into a balancing ankle to knee. And it's pretty easy to round here and contract around the awkward shape in the balance situation to get bigger. Sit bones back, heart forward. And even though the sit bones are stretching back, you squeeze them together so the belly fires up. Good, take 1 more deep inhale here. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. And inhale, come up to stand, arms and legs release. Other side, inhale, bend your knees, arms reach up, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands catch the hips. This time, press firmly into the right foot. Inhale, left leg flex into the chest. And exhale, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Hands to the heart. First inhale, get long through the chest. And exhale, bow into it. Sit bones back, heart forward. And even though the sit bones are spreading apart as they reach back, can you pull them in? Do the opposite of what they naturally want to do. Good. Then inhale, come up to stand, let everything go. Samasthiti. Nice. Again, inhale, bend your knees, arms reach up, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to the earth and fold. Inhale, look up and lengthen through your spine. Exhale, Chaturanga, step or jump back. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, hips move up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. This time, inhale, right leg reaches up to the ceiling, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the right knee, take the heel to the sit bone. Inhale, stretch that right leg up and back. Exhale, shift forward, take the right knee to the nose. Good, then look forward. 3 counts to step the foot between your hands. 1, 2, 3, good, lay it down. Take both hands to the inside of your right leg, wiggle the right toes out. You can continue working on your palms. If you want to drop down to your forearms, that's another way to work. Good, and then get as long as you can. Heart forward, spread through the back of that left knee. Can you even gaze past your fingers? Good, really nice. Then as you inhale, come back onto the palms. Exhale, step the left foot to the pinky edge side of your left hand, come back into Malasana. So if you're over the walking situation and you're like, I want to stay home today, you can just hang out. Otherwise, inhale, stretch the arms overhead, and we're going to go for a walk with the right leg in a circle. So you're just going to go right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Good, and you have to go the other way now. So take your left foot, left, right, left, right, left, right, and then hands right back into the heart. Good, sink down into the hips, keep stretching the heart tall. 1 more deep inhale here, and exhale, hands down, jump back, Chaturanga. Good, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, peel it up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg sweep up to the ceiling, come into a 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, take the heel towards your face. Good, inhale, stretch the leg up and back. Exhale, shift forward, knee to nose, and then 3 counts to step it forward. 1, 2, 3, land it down. Good. Wiggle the toes to the left, take both hands to the inside of your left foot. Optional forearms drop down this time. Good, heart forward, gaze forward. See if you can pull that left hip a little bit back. Spreading through the back of the right knee. Just making everything as long as you possibly can. On your inhale, push back onto your palms. Exhale, step the right foot to the pinkiest side of your left hand, or right hand, that'd be interesting. Come down, Malasana. Good, then again, inhale, reach the arms alongside the ears. And we're gonna go for a walk. Walk your left foot around to the right, going in your little sumo circle. This reminds me of that Ritz Crackers commercial. And they had like the big bellies and the sumo pants on. Hands go the other way, so take your right foot, walk to the left. And then when you get home, hands in front of the heart. 1, 2, 3, hands down, Chaturanga go. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, hips move up and back, downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more deep inhale here. On the exhale, walk your hands back to meet your feet. So you're standing hip width distance at the back edge of your mat. Take your peace fingers, catch the big toes of each foot. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, bend the elbows, reach the crown of the head down, Pada Galavasana. Not being afraid to roll the weight towards your toes. And when you start to feel your body get a little lighter from that weight distribution change, lift up through the quads, engage your low belly. On your inhale, look up and lengthen your spine. Exhale, Pada Hastasana, pick up the soles of the feet, hook the palms underneath the soles. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, bend your elbows, coming into Gorilla. Let your head dangle. Every inhale, stretch the belly long over your thighs. Every exhale, pull the belly ribs in to fold deeper. And we are on a walking kick today, and I think it'd be really fun to take our gorilla for a walk. So look forward, and then start to go to the front of the mat. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, and go home. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Nice. Take your hands to the earth under your shoulders. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, heel to the feet apart, or together so the toes and heels touch. Drop down into a squat, a closed leg squat, and then open your knees nice and wide. Plant your palms to the earth underneath your shoulders, taking Bakasana crow pose from here. So pick your hips up, grab the upper arms with the inner knees, begin to shift your weight forward past the fingers. Keep pushing into the earth, keep rounding the spine and belly, and maybe the feet get so light you can suck one or both heels up towards your sit bones. And once you're there, try to slow your breath down, really feel the crow for what it is. Nice, then put your feet down. Everyone, inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, hands walk forward, downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. At the bottom of your next exhale, take your right foot between your hands, drop your left heel down to the earth. Inhale, sweep your arms up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, interlace the hands behind your spine into a fist. Press through the feet, inhale, lengthen your heart. Exhale, bow forward, take the right shoulder head inside the right knee as you stretch the arms up and over. So get really strong through the lower body so the upper body can cascade. You're going to squeeze that right hip to the left. Continue rooting down through the outer edge of your left foot. And just as strong as your lower body is, you let the chest go, you let your head dangle. Maybe even chew the hinges of your jaw around, just making sure that you have some space in your face. Always want space in our face. And squeeze the outer hips together. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, open arms, hips, and shoulders, Virabhadrasana 2. Good, so checking with your feet, making sure you have heel arch alignment. And then once you're sure that everything is aligned nicely, get really strong. So wrap the sit bones under the thighs, corset the ribs together, cinch the waist together, but let your shoulders be soft. So if you're in the workshop yesterday, this is your MJ moment and your Downton Abbey moment. You know, everyone at home is going to want to come to workshops and be like, what's Michael Jackson have to do with Warrior 2? Really nice. As you inhale, flip your right palm to the ceiling, take your left arm down the left leg, deep exhale here. Stay in the reverse shape. As you inhale, just extend through your right leg. As you exhale, you're going to reach way forward, plant your right palm down onto the floor, a block or your shin bone. Take your left arm straight up to the ceiling, Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale, exhale, one. Squeezing the upper thighs, pushing the chest as the whole back, but not forgetting about the ribs corseting together. Deep inhale, exhale, this is really good. Inhale, exhale. Deep inhale, exhale. Press firmly through your feet. Inhale, ride the breath all the way up to stand. Exhale, bend your right knee deeply. Place the right hand to the inside of the right foot, or grab a block and put it underneath your right hand. Nice, and stretch that left arm straight up so you have a straight line from wrist to wrist. And use the strength of that right arm to squeeze the knee open, so press into that knee. The right hip continues to pull back, very similarly to how it did when you were in the humble warrior shape. And the ribs, as always, corset together. And we steady out through the breath, we soften our gaze, make it very still, and just trust. This might not be my ideal place to hang out, but it might serve me down the road. So I'm going to breathe into my hip and continue to build space here. Good, now let's squeeze that right knee open a little bit more. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Inhale, 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 inhale. Good, exhale, take the hands to the hips, turn your toes in, your heels out. And I want everyone to grab one of their blocks. And you're gonna put the block at the back edge of your mat the flattest way. So just put it on the floor, back into the mat. Good, we'll worry about that in a second. Inhale, lengthen through the heart. Exhale, fold forward, take the hands to the earth underneath your shoulders. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, walk the hands back, reach the crown of the head to the earth. Eka Pada Galavasana A. So can we all see our block from here? Yes, Krista, no, Krista. Yes, I can see my block. Okay, so you're gonna take your elbows and try to pick the block up with your elbows. So you have to squeeze them around the middle, and then just make sure that you're squeezing enough that it stays. Once you have the block between the elbows, put your palms down behind your heels if they can reach there, and just try to keep the elbows hugging, almost like you're trying to squeeze and crush the block into like a little compression shape. And if you can't, I'll come and give it to you. This reminds me of that game with the claw, and there was like all those toys in it, and you can never win. Your elbows are like a claw, and the block is like the toy. And just notice how when you squeeze those elbows together, the side ribs start to fire up. And I want you to think of the side ribs like bookends, just keeping everything in the middle nice and compressed and safe. Good, then let your toy go. You can never win that game, it's too good to be true. So let it go. And then take your hands back to the earth underneath your shoulders. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Again, exhale, walk your hands back, reach the crown of the head to the earth, moving into Eka Pada Galavasana A. Then even though the block isn't there this time, squeeze the elbows together. Still feel that same engagement through the sides of the ribs. If your head is comfortably on the floor and you want to straddle up into Shirshasana B, try that headstand, you're welcome to go ahead and float on up. If you're happy in your forward fold, that is awesome. Just continue to hug those elbows in. You cannot train your body to do that enough. Nice, then inhale, everybody lifts up just halfway. Exhale, take the hands to the hips and squeeze. Press through the feet, inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, step to the front of the mat, hands in front of your heart center, Samasthiti feet. Awesome. Inhale, bend your knees, arm sweep up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, hands to the earth and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, look up and lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, peel the hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. At the bottom of your next exhale, you're going to step your left foot between your hands, right heel drops down to the earth. Inhale, arms sweep up, Virabhadrasana 1. And exhale, interlace the hands behind your spine, but flip the grip to the opposite pinkies in front. Press through the feet, inhale, lengthen. You're already pulling that left hip back. Exhale, fold forward, left shoulder head inside the left knee. Good, and then remember, strong legs equal a nice spacious upper body. So squeeze that left hip to the right. Continue pressing through the outer edge of the right foot. Lifting up through that right arch, so you just feel a little zipper of energy through the right inner leg. The head is soft, neck just dangles. Maybe you chew the hinges of your jaw around. No one can see your face here, so this is an ideal time to make a crazy face. Keep squeezing that left hip to the right. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, open arms, hips, and shoulders. Virabhadrasana 2. So first, just make sure everything on the surface level is nice and aligned. So left heel intersects the right arch. That left knee squeezes to the pinky side of your left foot. And then once that shape is made, you get really, really, really strong. So wrap the sit bones under the thighs, corset the ribs together, cinch the waist together, but let the shoulders soften away from the ears. And then again, you just have to be like, I don't know how long she's going to hold me here, but I'm going to trust that I'm strong enough, that this burnage in my thigh is going to serve me down the road. And it's really not permanent, so I might as well sink into it, into the deepest expression I can. Good. As you inhale, flip your left palm to face the ceiling, right arm down the right leg, deep exhale here to sink into it. And inhale, stay reversed, just extend through the left leg. Exhale, hinge way forward, pinch your left palm down onto the floor, a block for your shin bone. Right arm sweeps up to the ceiling, Utthita Trikonasana triangle pose. So squeezing the torso as a whole to the person behind you, but keep the ribs cinched together. So there's that feeling of expansion and openness and your heart's busted through, but you keep it protected. It's like putting a lock under your cage. Squeezing through the upper thighs, press through the feet. Inhale, ride the breath all the way up to stand. Exhale, bend your left knee so the knee is directly over the ankle, and place your left hand to the inside of your left foot. This is a really nice place to put a block underneath your left hand if the chest is just dropping and it doesn't feel super spacious in the chest. So right away, you open up through that left hip. Press the left arm into the left knee. Good, and then you take the left hip, pull it back into the pelvis. Just continuously feed that burnage in your thigh, that small inferno you're building with your breath. Stoke that fire, because with that fire comes space. Comes the ability to melt tension and things that are just kind of stuck and stagnant. Good. Press through the feet. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Inhale, inhale. Exhale, take your hands to your hips. Turn your toes and your heels out. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bow forward. Take your peace fingers, catch onto the big toes of each foot. Inhale, lengthen through your heart, so toes in. Exhale, bow forward. Yes, beautiful. So bend the elbows wide and use the strength of the arms to encourage the head a little bit closer towards the floor. It's totally fine if it doesn't touch. Do everything in your power to find length through the spine just to get it any amount closer. Press through the outer edges of the feet, lift the arches up, keep the sit bones magnetized towards each other so you don't overdo it through the backs of the legs. On your inhale, lift up just halfway. We're not playing the claw game this time. Exhale, take the hands to the hips and squeeze. Press through the feet, inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, step to the front of the mat, hands in front of your heart center, Samasthiti. Beautiful. Deep inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, bend your knees deeply, arms reach up, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands come back to the hips and then give them a tight squeeze. Shift the weight into your left foot. Inhale, hug the right knee to the chest, foot is flexed. Exhale, cross the right ankle over your left knee. Again, hands to the heart, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, sit the hips down as you stretch your chest long over your thighs. If you want to make this a little bit more interesting in the belly, you can reach the arms alongside the ears. Just getting as still and stable and soft as you can. Then whatever you're doing with your arms, you're going to take them back to the hips. Take your right peace fingers, catch onto the right big toe. As you inhale, use the belly to come to stand. Maybe you can stretch that right leg straight. Eka Pada Galavasana. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Outer right hip rolls down. Outer left hip lifts up. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. And really juice up the right quad. Lift the low belly. And inhale, reach the arms overhead. Point through that right foot. And just let everything tremble. Just feel it all. Just be like, here I am. Everything burns. I'm so excited. And exhale, release. Good. Again, inhale, bend your knees. Arms reach up. Exhale, take the hands to the hips. Give them a squeeze. Press through the right foot this time. Inhale, the left leg sucks into the chest. Exhale, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Hands to the heart to start. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, you sit into your chair. Into your awkward chair. If you want to add on, inhale, arms reach overhead. Try to stretch the belly long over your legs as the sit bones reach back. The arms are along the ears, take them back to the hips. Left peace fingers catch onto the left big toe. As you inhale, come all the way up to stand. Inhale, 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 inhale. Maybe you start to extend that left leg straight. So this quad, super, super active, and you're hugging everything back in towards the center of your body. So right femur bone pulls in, right arm or left arm pulls in, left femur bone as well. Then try to make the grip on your left fingers a little bit lighter. Make the quad do most of the work. And inhale, reach the arms up. Point through the foot and just let everything shake. Sometimes we're like, I'm going to try to make this look perfect. Don't, just feel and let it be. Nice, exhale, release. Then shake it off for a moment. And then right back to where you started, Samasthiti. Deep inhale, exhale. As you inhale, step your left foot back 2 to 3 feet. As you reach your left arm alongside the left ear, the right hand is going to catch the right hip. As you exhale, hinge forward. Take the left hand to the pinky edge side of your right foot. Then with the hand and the hip, pull the hip crease back, lengthen the heart to the front of the mat. As you inhale, this is optional. Maybe you start to peel that right arm up. Parvrita Trikonasana, revolve triangle pose. Inhale. Exhale 1. Squeezing the hips together. How long can you get through the chest? Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Now start to shift the gaze towards the floor. And again, super strong through the legs. Inhale, windmill the arms all the way up to stand. Taking the hands behind your spine into a reverse namaste, reverse prayer shape. If this isn't accessible, just take a hold of opposite fists or opposite elbows. Then tuck the ribs in. They kind of like to billow out once we add shoulder stuff. And exhale, bow forward. Take the chin towards your right shin bone. Trying to get strong, not just in one direction, but in 2. So press the right toes forward, pull the right quad up. Lengthen the chest long like you would an up dog, but you corset the ribs together to keep them intact. As you inhale, lift up just halfway. Exhale, very deep bend into your right knee. As you inhale, reach your left leg parallel to the earth, Virabhajasana 3. Surprise! Balance pose again. So do your best here to reach through that back leg. Reach, 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 reach. It's almost like there's an apple tree at the back of the room and you're trying to pick apples with your toes. So reach, 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 reach. On your inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, release. And we have to go right to the other side or we get kind of sassy. So step your right foot back 2 to 3 feet this time. Reach the right arm alongside the right ear. Left hand takes the hip. Exhale, long spine. Bow forward. Left hand to the right hand to the pinky edge side of your left foot. And pull that left hip back. Stretch the heart forward, going for length. And this is optional. If you want to move on, inhale. Start to peel that left arm up. Coming into Parvrita Trikonasana, revolve triangle. Inhale. Exhale 1. Hips squeeze, heart lengthens. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Keep the shape. Just look at the floor. And inhale. Windmill the arms all the way up so you come to stand. Hands come behind your back into reverse namaste. If you can't catch the prayer shape, fists or elbows. Inhale, lengthen through the heart. Exhale, bow forward, chin towards your left shin bone. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. And then just try to keep finding these different dual actions. So you press forward into the left toes, lift up through the left quad. You pull the left hip back, roll the right hip forward. Stretch the heart forward, pull the shoulders back. Very rare in yoga, one thing moves without something else opposing it. On your inhale, lift the torso just halfway. Exhale, very deep bend into that right knee. Inhale, stretch your left leg right leg parallel to the earth, Virabhujasana 3. And there's so many things we can worry about here. Just try to get really long through that back leg. Remember, there's an apple tree at the back of the room. You're picking apples with your toes. So stretch, stretch, stretch. And inhale, come all the way up to stand. Beautiful. Exhale, release. Samasthiti. Inhale, bend your knees. Sweep the arms up. Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to the earth, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, look up and lengthen through your spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, peel your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just feeling the difference in your body right now as opposed to when you first came into the room. And trusting that whatever happened between now and then, it's going to serve you. We don't need to judge it. We don't need to analyze or intellectualize it. We just need to trust that we did the work, so it will serve us. We're going to continue on with that little idea as we move forward. So inhale, sweep your right leg up to the ceiling, come into a three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot between your hands, stand the ball of your left foot. On the inhale, sweep that left leg up to the ceiling, and exhale, bow forward over your right leg, coming into a standing split. There's a few things you can do here. You can play around with your handstand. You can plant your palms flat underneath the shoulders. Step that right foot back a little bit. Maybe start pressing the hips over the shoulders to find some air time. Maybe today you just work your standing split. You stretch up to that left foot like there's an apple tree on the ceiling this time. This apple tree is growing quite rapidly. And you're picking apples with your toes. So just stretch and reach, stretch and reach. Such a seasonal class, apple picking with your toes. Maybe you start to take the right forearm, wrap it behind the right calf, and then exhale, push into the calf to maybe leverage your chest any amount closer towards your right shin bone. Good, then inhale, lift up just halfway. Exhale, bend your left knee in the air and drop the left knee to the pinky side of your right foot, coming all the way down to sit. Once you land, you're going to take your right hand behind your hips, sweep your left arm along the left ear, and exhale into your twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. And you're welcome to work any variation of this you'd like. You can find a half wrap, you do an ashtanga, you can go for a bind, threading that right arm through the hole in the right leg, whatever variation you'd like to work with. And then sometimes when we get deep into a twist, we sacrifice length. See if you can not do that. Inhale, get really tall through the chest. Exhale, belly and ribs pull back, and that action makes you rotate deeper, especially when you feel it with your breath. So inhale, getting long. Exhale, belly, ribs pull back, revolving the chest any amount more. It doesn't have to be much. Good, then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, de-rotate to the other side, just one breath. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, you're going to put the left foot on the floor, cross the right ankle over your left knee, hanging out in this number 4 shape. And this would be where you leave it today, and you just stretch your hip open here. If you feel like you have a little bit more space to delve into in that right hip, you're going to snuggle that left foot to the right and stack your shin bones, coming into an ankle to knee pose. Some people call it fire log pose. Then flex through the feet, inhale, lengthen through the heart, and exhale, bow forward. Let your head go. Keep the eyes open just so we don't go off into la la land. And follow the breath, trying to keep the same quality of breath that you would have in really any pose. And stillness is a huge element of this as well. Like sometimes you're like, if I move this way, it's going to be better. If I move this way, it's going to be better. In 10 years, it'll be better because I'll be able to get my shin bones down. You're not going to be any happier once the hips are different. So just trust that where you are is good, and you just sink into that. It's like a lot of times we have no idea what we're doing in life, but if we look very confident, people trust us. It's how I got this job. That's how any yoga teacher gets a job. So just practice that here. Be like, I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna sink into it and just make that how I operate. Good. Inhale, lift all the way to stand. Sit. This class is called Fake It Till You Make It. Extend your left leg straight. Keep the right ankle over the left knee. This might be where you leave your leg today, just in this number 4 shape, and this is a really nice place to open up the hip. If you can go a little deeper, you're going to take a half lotus position. So slide that right foot to the top of your left hip flexor. And if the knee's hovering off the earth, it might not be a bad idea to grab your block and just put it underneath your knee, so it just has something to sink into when we start to go deeper. From here, if you'd like, this is optional, you can add a bind. You're going to take the right arm, swing it behind your spine, and then seek out the top of that right foot. And notice because you started to add the bind, the right half of your body kind of wants to compensate and be like, but I can grab my foot if I do this. Try to keep everything square. So pull that right hip forward, pull the left hip back, squaring off through the upper spine. And inhale, lengthen through the heart, and exhale wherever you are, fold. And if you have the number 4 shape, just reach for the foot with both hands. And trying to do your best not to look back and round, stretch the heart forward, but we keep the belly engaged by corseting the ribs, and we gaze at the foot, because that's the prescribed gaze. I didn't make this rule up. Good. Then inhale, lift up to sit. Exhale, plant the hands down next to your hips. If you have half lotus, you're going to snuggle the right ankle forward, so it's right over the left knee, so we all have the number 4 shape, and we're going to come into a toe stand from here. So slide that left foot back in, start to push into the palms, walk the hips and chest forward, so you're balancing on the ball of your left foot. And this is one of those poses that's like, oh, this one, really? On a day we're filming too, I just want to make sure everyone got his turn to shine. Okay, so from here, maybe you hang out, maybe you take one hand to the heart, maybe if that goes well, you take the other hand to the heart, maybe you play patty cake with the floor, do that a lot. You just have to giggle, it's not falling, it's dancing. Good, and then put your hands down, and exhale, put your buns down. Extend both legs, shake them out. Okay, so we're gonna get back by picking up and shooting back if you practice that. So if you want, you can cross your shin bones, plant your palms, pick your feet up, swing it through, chaturanga danasana. If you want to play feet, hands, butt chaturanga, our favorite game here at Rua, you can cross the shins and go feet, hands, butt, chaturanga. So go ahead and take the version. Go through Vinyasa all the way downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time inhale, left leg sweeps up and back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot between your hands, stay on the ball of your right foot. Inhale, you're going to lift the right leg straight up to the ceiling. And exhale, fold over your left leg, standing splits. Good, so playing around with any version you want, planting the palms under your shoulders. You can take the left forearm behind the left calf this time and push into it to deepen your folds. Go for length, so take those right toes, reach them up like there's an apple or your favorite fall fruit on the ceiling growing off a tree, and you want to pick it. I don't know any other fall fruits besides apples. Rhubarb, is that fall? Okay, now look up and lengthen. Exhale, bend your right knee so the heel comes to the sit bone, and spiral that right knee to the pinky edge side of your left foot so you're on the floor. Good. And this time you're going to take your left hand behind your hips. Inhale, right arm stretches up. And exhale into your twist. So left elbow or right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. And any variation you want, you can go for a wrap, you can go for a bind. Some days you just want to hang out. Every inhale, getting as long as you possibly can. Every exhale, honing ourselves in by pulling the belly and ribs back and using the breath to revolve our chest deeper. Inhale, take it back to center. Exhale, de-rotate to the other side. Beautiful. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, ankle, or put the right foot on the floor, cross the left ankle over the right knee. And this could be it today. Some days, this is just what you need. If you would like to go deeper, you're going to snuggle the right foot over to the left so the shin bones are stacked. And once you have the shins stacked, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold if you're working that way. And whatever your hips are allowing you that day, you own it. And you're like, yes, I am doing this. I have a pretty deep hip opening posture in my own practice, and some days it just does not want to cooperate. And it's a pose where you can't really exit out of it if it's not working well gracefully. And it's usually like a foot just like slingshotting out out from behind your head, and everyone looks and you're like, yep, that's what my hip allowed me today. A slingshot. And confidence, I think, can also be translated into faith. If we're always like unsure if we're exactly as we're meant to be, or unsure if things are going to amount to anything, then we always will hesitate and kind of back down. But if we're like, I'm exactly where I need to be in this moment, and it might not make sense, and it might not even be ideal right now, but I trust this is going to build into something beautiful, there's no need to ever fear, ever. If you have your full inhale, come all the way up to sit. Exhale, extend your right leg straight this time. Keep the ankle over the knee if you want to work in this number 4 shape. If you want to try for half lotus, you're going to slide that left foot back to the top of the right hip flexor. And then do your best to encourage the knee down. There should be no pain. If there is any pain, I really just recommend hanging out in the number 4 shape. If the knee's off the floor, grab your block, put it underneath the knee, and then maybe you start to go for your bind. So if you are binding, left arm behind the spine, grab the top of your left foot, and just notice how you might have pulled that left side of your body back to get the bind. Try to even it all out. Pull that left shoulder forward, press that left hip forward, right hip pulls back. Good, inhale, lengthen through the heart, and exhale, folds. And if we want to get like pretty technical, confidence can be translated into faith, which can also be translated into breath. Like sometimes I don't honor where my body is that day, and I just start to breathe very fast, and then I totally lose my practice. But if I back off and maybe don't make quite as an impressive shape as I know as everyone else, or as what I think is impressive, then the breath evens out. I can control my own body, control my own biological response. And you just feel better. Good. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, you're going to take the left ankle over the right knee, no matter what shape you just made. Hands come next to the hips. Then slide that right foot in. Start to walk the chest forward. Try to hover the hips over that right heel, maybe sitting the Achilles down right into the spot that you really don't want it to go. And once the chest is tall, take one hand to the heart. If that goes, then I'll take the other hand to the heart. One side always is better than the other, so just be like, all right, this is the side. Maybe it's a patty cake day. Good, then exhale, put your buns down. Extend that right leg straight. Extend your left leg straight and just bounce it all up and down. Okay, anyone have an idea of where we're going today? What?
Backpack.
Backpack? No, no backpacks today. We're gonna play around with flying pigeon, where you have the one shin bone balancing on the upper arms, and the other leg is like your tail feather extending long. And I like teaching this one in October because I think it looks like a witch riding a broom. So we're gonna think of it as witch riding a broom asana. And I'm gonna show you the shape, and then it's gonna look pretty ridiculous. You're gonna be like, really? I have to do that with my body and then lift it up. But the cool thing is you've done every single component of that arm balance independently. And it's just the fact, or the challenge now, of putting it all together into this one powerful situation. So I'm going to start us off with this from the floor. You can also do it from sitting up or standing up, but I think today we're going to just try it from the ground. So we're all going to start with this number 4 shape, with the right ankle over the left knee, sliding the other foot in, and then coming into this toe stand shape, which everyone adores and loves. Then this time you're going to start to walk the hands forward so the wrists are underneath the shoulders, push into the earth, and pick your hips up so you're in that balancing ankle to knee pose again. You're going to take the foot, in this case it's my right foot, and I'm going to hook it around my upper left arm, as high up the arm as I can. My right knee, it goes right into the right armpit. So I'm not starting out with the pose close to my elbows, I'm trying to get it as close into the chest and upper arms as I can. Once I have that intact, I look forward, I push down into the hands, and step 1 is just to start rolling your weight towards your fingers and see if you can get that back foot to be a little lighter. If this is working out well, maybe you get that back foot so light that you can suck it up towards your heel. And if this goes well, maybe you can start to extend that inner thigh, reach through the foot, and flying pigeon. And reach. I'm picking apples off the ceiling with my toes. Bend the knee back in,
Put the foot down. Nice claps. Okay? So that looks pretty ridiculous, yeah? We have a lot of stuff going on. You have like that hip opener situation, you have this big, powerful arm balance, you have to power up that back leg to really reach away from your center of gravity, and it's a lot going on at once. But think about our practice today. We all did a crow pose, yeah? Yes? You have to talk to me, otherwise I don't know. We all did crow pose. So we are rounding our upper spine just like you do in the flying pigeon shape. We did ankle to knee pose, so we all know what it's like to have our shin bone really close into the chest. We did warrior 3, so we know what it's like to really reach through this back leg. So we have all the components separately, and now it's just bundling them up. All right? Okay, and you're like, yeah, just like that. So we're gonna start seated. Cross the right ankle over your left knee. Good. Then from here, slide the left foot in. Start to walk your hands forward, coming into your toe stand shape. Plant the palms underneath the shoulders. They have to walk in front of the shin bone, and a good setup is the key here. So start to snuggle the right toes around the left upper arm. So you have to lift the hips up, try to get that shin bone in as close to the chest as you can. These look so good. Maybe today you just plant your palms down, and you start to roll the weight a little bit forward, just getting that back foot to lighten up any amount. Maybe if you want to move on, you shift the weight so far forward that back foot you don't even need it anymore, and you kick the heel up to the sit bone. Maybe then you use the inner thigh and the strong rounding of the upper spine to press the leg away. Press, press, press. Look forward, 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 forward. Then up and down, flat on the mat. Yes, good stuff, good stuff. Those were so amazing. How do you feel?
Painful.
I don't know about painful. Challenging, maybe? Challenging? I think it's a better word. Okay, so other side. And remember, hips are a totally different story in each leg, and this is a whole other side of your body. So forget about that first side and trust that this is just a whole other situation. Could be good, could be bad. So cross the left ankle over your right knee. Then from here, plant your palms down, slide that right foot in. Start to walk the hands forward, getting your hips up. Then walk the hands in front of the body so the elbows are in front of your shin bone, and lift your hips tall. Then snuggle the right toes around your left upper arm, get the left knee into the left armpit. And then maybe you start to shift the weight so far forward that back foot gets light, you don't need it anymore. And you kick the heel up to the sit bone. And then reach to the inner thigh and warrior 3 and apple thinking. Up. Yes, good. The defeated splat is a good sign, always. But defeated splat is always something you want. Okay. So when you're done, just come down to sit, shake out your wrists. And so if this pose is reminiscent of a witch flying on a broom, of course we're going to do it from the sky and try to land it from an inversion. So let's all take our mats over to a wall space if you want one. If you feel pretty confident in a tripod headstand in the middle of the room, you might be okay just to stay where you are. So either finding a wall space or hanging out. We're going to try a little fun arm balance situation. Any questions about that? No? Okay. So, we are going to take tripod headstand, Shirshasana V, and that might be where you leave it today. You just work your tripod headstand. If you confidently get up into your headstand, you're going to then do some hip opening stuff, and then use your belly to slowly melt the shape down. So I'm trying to think for the camera, best way to do this. Always have this. Okay, so you're going to start on your hands and your knees, taking the crown of the head to the earth, and then walking the hands back so the elbows bend at about 90 degrees. And remember when we had the block between our elbows and we were playing like that toy claw game where we were squeezing, squeezing, squeezing? That's exactly what we want to do here. We want to squeeze the elbows together to pretend the block is between the elbows. Once you're on the crown of the head, you roll a little bit towards where the head starts to round. So tuck the toes under, lift the hips up. Start to walk the feet in, just stack the hips over the shoulders, and find your tripod headstand. If you need help getting this started, call me over and I will help you out. Once you are here, you're going to bend one knee, and then cross the ankle over the knee so you create that flying pigeon shape again. And you're going to bend the leg that's straight, start to suck the thighs in towards the chest. You're going to land the shin bone down as high up the upper arms as you can, squeeze the elbows. You're going to start to pull the head in towards your face, round the spine, pick your hips up, And then maybe last step, you extend your tail feather. And as you come down, hug the knee in, squeeze the elbows as you lower the head, suck the knees in, and then you switch sides. Yes? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So that was like an epic situation with a lot of steps. So today maybe you just work headstand, maybe then you just add your flying pigeon leg, and then maybe third step you start to try to hug the thighs in for the arm balance. Okay, so give that a go. Good, Jen, super strong. That was so good. I don't say anything about you. That's amazing. Only thing that might help you out is if you take your arms a little wider. Yeah, just in the headstand, it makes sense to do it here, but then when you go into the arm balance,
Yeah, I was like,
yes, that was amazing. Do exactly what you did again. Okay, I don't want to train too much. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good, Allie. Y'all are making this look very easy. We didn't even you found it. Good. So don't forget to slide the head in towards your hands. That's a step that I don't think that's taught very often, and it's vital. So once, don't just roll the head forward, pull it in a little, kind of like a turtle head going into the shell. I'm gonna help you out. Okay, so if you want to keep working that, I'm sure there's plenty to work on there. You can also do this from handstand. And as usual at the end of this class, I have to pee really bad, so we'll see how this goes. But it's the same situation. Handstand, you find your ankle to knee shape, and you just start to slowly hug the thighs in to land the arm. So we'll see how this goes. You're gonna come into your handstand, maybe, and then find your ankle to knee shape here. Bend the top leg, start to ground the spine, sucking the thighs in, sucking them in, and then in. Then from here, I pick that back leg up, flying pigeon. Alright, so same thing, it's just harder because there's more time for you to be strong. Okay, so give that a go. If you want to continue working headstand, that's nice. If you're cooked, throw your legs up the wall and chill for a second. Good, so Tanya? No, don't kick, okay? Don't kick, because I'm head. Okay, handle that. So step it up again. And see how so you want your head in your hands to like an equal little triangle. Yes, lean back even more. And then together. Yes, and then remember the block between the elbows? Yeah, squeeze. So you want this muscle to engage. Good. Then start to walk the feet in. They can be bent all the time. Squeeze the elbows. Good. And then you start to say, yeah, there you go. You're so fearless today. But you will sit there. Now you're here, so go ahead. Elbow squeeze, shoulders away from the ears.
Harder than that.
Yeah, that's it. And just come back. Beautiful. So you can also do that with a wall behind you, and I think you wouldn't be scared at all. So maybe next time you move over to a wall, just so you do walk over, yeah, the wall there. That was really nice though. Okay, see how strong you are? You don't need to kick. You're so strong. Don't sell yourself short. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so about another minute to 30 seconds to wrap things up. And then whenever you are cooked, child's pose. Defeated spot, good thing. We want the defeated spot's a good thing to have. Good, Jen. Now start to round towards your nose. Okay, inhale, come up to sit. You're so close. I think your brain was like, really? What? No. That was really good. Okay, so we're good. That was awesome. Let's come back to the middle of the room, and we're gonna stretch all that core engagement out with some back bends. Any last questions about flying pigeon or landing witches on brooms? Yeah, I'm trying to keep it seasonal. This is like the vegan pumpkin spice latte of the yoga world. It came a little early too. Okay, so we're gonna lie down on our backs and set up for either a bridge, a wheel. If you were cooked and you're like, no more please, just grab your block and slide it underneath your sacrum and take a supported bridge pose. So bridge, wheel, or supported bridge. Setting it up, either palms along the body or next to the ears, or grab your block. Exhale out all the air and inhale, come on up. And then once you lift up, just start to find your breath. Trust that the shape is good, just have faith that it makes sense. And then just rely on something that's soothing. Just check to make sure the toes are in, the heels are out. Don't you love it? I'm like, forget about it. But everyone, turn your toes in. Nice, then exhale, slowly lower down. Take your hands face down onto the belly, just get really soft. And again, bridge, wheel, or supported bridge. Exhale out all the air, and inhale, lift on up. And how even can you make your breath? How long can you make your spine? Can you wrap the sit bones towards the backs of the knees, and core-set the ribs together and pull them in? If you haven't already, exhale, lower down. Take your hands face down onto the belly, get soft. And we're gonna do one more, and notice how whenever you hear, like when you're already tired and there's still more work to do, it's like, oh, I can't do it, I'm so exhausted. But we have to try the hardest when we are the most exhausted, just to prove to ourselves that it's possible. And you obviously don't try so hard that you hurt yourself or work into a place where you can't breathe or it doesn't make sense. But this is a good time to like really have to dig deep, just to prove you can. So set it up again, bridge, wheel, or supported bridge. And inhale, ride your breath up, come into your back bend. And then once you're there, even out the breath, keep pushing the earth away to lift the pelvis. Softening the gaze, softening through the breath, and exhale, slowly lower down. And then after you made this big to-do in your head about, oh, another one, I'm already so tired, you're like, that felt kind of good, and it was not as bad as I thought. Sometimes, some days, not the case. Good, and hug the knees back into your chest, give them a tight squeeze. Maybe shifting into a happy baby, bending your knees, reaching for the pinky edges of your feet. Hugging the knees back in, rocking all the way up to sit. Extending your legs straight for Paschimottanasana. So flex through the feet, lengthen through your spine, and exhale, fold forward. And sometimes when we kind of know class is winding down, we can get very judgmental, like, oh man, today's class, like I didn't do so well, or like I totally rocked it, or, you know, like, or whatever, or, you know. So just trust that whatever happened in your practice was meant to happen. That if you were to show up and do everything perfectly, then there wouldn't be much room for growth, you wouldn't need to practice at all. There's nothing more rewarding than looking back in time and being like, man, I was doing things crazy wrong back then, but I'm glad that I had the contrast between then and now, so I can see how operating this way is much more efficient, feels so much better than what I was doing in the past. Or sometimes it's nice just to look back and be like, man, I really couldn't do that, but now I can, so that just proves that with practice, anything is possible. Dropping pretty much any languaging in your head and just relying on your breath. As you inhale, lift all the way up to sit. Exhale, hug the knees into your chest, give them a tight squeeze. Exhale, open the knees apart, feet come together, setting it for Baddha Konasana. So squeeze the heels, open the balls of the feet apart. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow forward, take the chin towards the earth in front of the toes. And get your spine as long as you can get it. And it might not make it look like you can go as deep into the pose, that's okay. So we're not here to impress anybody. We're here to be confident in whatever we are right now. And even if it's totally wrong, even if it's not so impressive looking, it's much more valuable to cultivate the habit of being proud of where you are than to try to push into something that you're not ready for. I think we've all had an experience where we wanted something really bad and then we got it and we weren't ready and we were like, oh, careful. Sometimes it's nice to be protected from what we want. Your inhale, come up to sit. Exhale, gather the knees together, separate the feet hip-width distance apart. Take your palms behind the body about 10 inches and one breath to counter that. So inhale, push into the hands and feet, lift the pelvis up, and exhale, put your hips back down. Good, then come onto your backs. Hug the knees in. And one last hip opener before I send you all off into Shavasana. So either a thread the needle or a reclined Gomukhasana. So maybe you cross the right ankle over your left knee, how we began class. Grab them in front of the left shin bone or behind the left thigh. Maybe you stack the knees right on top of the left, grab with the pinky edges of the feet, separate the legs any amount to get the proper space in your hip and knee, and exhale, starting to pull the heels down towards the floor. Trying to get the shoulders as soft as you can. And again, breath more than anything else. With every single breath, just reminding yourself you're exactly where you need to be. We might not approve of where we need to be, but our knowledge is quite limited. So we're just putting our trust into something bigger. We'll slowly switch sides. Just reminding yourself to keep the shoulders soft, keep your jaw soft. Back into the chest, giving them one last tight squeeze, sealing in your practice, and finding your way into Shavasana. Letting your palms flop open towards the ceiling, maybe windshield wipering the feet in and out, and then letting them just relax how they will. Taking a final deep inhale right into the heart center, holding on to that breath when you're completely full. Exhale, open the mouth, let that go. And just give yourself over to gravity and take rest.
Beginning to deepen your breath. Adding any movement to your body that just feels nice. And finding your way onto your right side. Taking a moment to pause there. Inhale, push into your palms, come all the way up to sit. Gathering your hands in front of your heart center with your eyes closed. Just feeling the space and the clarity that you've cultivated through your practice. And now the challenge is trying to keep the space clear as you move throughout your day and the rest of your life. And sometimes it's impossible to keep this place clear, so it's wise to, if something not so great sneaks in, to replace it with something good. And the next thing to replace it with is faith. That even though the situation might seem random, it might be scary, it might be weird, it might even be painful, just trusting that that situation is going to teach you something, and it's going to help you grow, and it's going to be a very important chapter in the story of your whole life. So taking a very deep inhale right into the heart. Exhale, open the mouth, offer that out. Inhale very slowly. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. Y'all did so well. Thank you if anyone was watching. Have a really nice day. And if you see an apple tree, you can know how to
It's hook yourself into it.
Yeah.
And grab that apple.